Alright, boys and girls, welcome back to the drive-thru for a special Spooky Wednesday cussing edition brought to you by the deli. Have problems blurting out cuss words randomly? Stop by the deli and see the deli psychologist. He'll help you out. Or just don't be so afraid of bugs, but it's all good. Okay? What we're doing in this video is just explaining to you the difference between 4.1 worksheet K and 4.1 worksheet G. Okay? Nothing's different until you get to number 7. Now when we get to number 7, we have to start working backwards. Okay? So what I want you to notice about this one is we've gone right 2 and up 3. Can you see that? Okay. Now, all of these are going to have the equation y equals a times x minus h squared plus k. If you remember, h comma k is the vertex. It also is describing the right movement and the up movement. Okay? Now, in this problem, number 7, I would not expect you to get the A right, because we haven't talked about that. But, since we went over 1 and up 1, I will tell you that our A is 1. Again, I wouldn't have expected you to know that. But I think you could have gotten the rest of it right. So let's try to do this one together. Y equals 1 times x, well, I won't put a minus there because we don't know that it's minus, although it is, squared, and then there's going to be a number out here, a plus or a minus. What do you think? Can you figure this out? It goes right to. Will? 1 times x minus 2. You got it, dog. And then plus 3. Do you see how Will figured that out? He just used what we did yesterday and worked backwards. So since it went up 3, he remembered that that's going to be a plus 3 over here. Since it went right to, this was the hard part, but this is why we asked you that question on the homework, what did the student do wrong? That's going to be the opposite of what you think in here. It's called counterintuitive. So that's a minus 2 in there. Does that make sense? Now, go ahead while I do this video and try to get number 8 correct. I will tell you, because you don't know this yet, since you go over 1 up 2 in this equation, A is 2. So do y equals 2 times, and you guys see if you can figure out the rest. Let's see, we went right, no, we went left 3 and down 1. Okay, Alex? Excellent. You got it. So, as you can see, it's new, but it's nothing we can't do. It's thinking the opposite way of what we did yesterday. Okay? All right, continuing on. 9 is, whoops, spoiler alert. 9 is very similar, but it doesn't look anything like the previous question, because 9, now we have to use algebra to find what we're missing. Now, in this equation right here, the one that I've written down for you, don't erase. How many variables are here? Count them off. There's actually 5. Okay? Well, that's good, because we have 4 pieces of information there. Okay? Now, Alex, I got what you said by 3. Typically, the only things in this equation that are changing are the A, the H, and the K. So that's actually a really good answer. We'll come back to that because it is going to matter. The vertex is always H comma K. if you get confused, remember it's in alphabetical order, right? E, F, G, H, I, J, K. Okay, yeah. And then, obviously, the point is always in alphabetical order as well, and that has always been x comma y. All we got to do, bless you, is solve this thing for what we don't have, which is a. Okay, so negative 5 equals a times, hey, you're not allowed to cuss if it thunders, just bugs, okay? You're only allowed to be afraid of one thing. X is negative 2. H is minus 3, so I'm going to put a minus on negative, and that's going to turn into a plus. Do you understand how I got that? Squared. And then K is a positive 7, so I put a plus 7 there. That's the hardest part of this problem. Does everybody understand how I filled all those variables in? Okay, so now we'll just solve it. Negative 5. I just don't skip any steps. This isn't that bad. Equals a times 1 squared plus 7. 1 squared is 1. Negative 5 equals 1a plus 7. Next step. Subtract 7. Thank you. And you get a equals negative 12. Okay? Now that's not the answer. What do the directions ask for us to do? They ask us to write the equation. Okay, now here, this comes back to what Alex said. How many letters are in our equation? There's only 2. So now we need to pop in a. We know h is negative 3, and we know k is 7. So now we rewrite this equation with those numbers in. So you will say y equals negative 12 times x minus a negative 3 squared plus 7. And that is your answer. Does everybody understand how we did that? Okay? Let's do number 10 together too. Here we have h, k, x, and y. I'm going to switch over to red. Okay? We're going to work from this equation. So you will say negative 3 equals x. Negative 6, x minus h. Minus 4, negative 6 minus 4. Oh, yes, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, whoever said that. Skylar. I forgot my A, and this would be a stupid problem if I didn't put my A in. A times negative 6 minus 4 squared, and then plus K. So plus 0, and then I'll ignore that in just a second. So I get negative 3 equals A times a negative 10 squared. The 0 is gone. Negative 3 equals, do you know that a negative times a negative is a positive? Of course you do, but many of you guys are going to forget that negative 10 squared is positive 100. And keep in mind, if you put that in your calculator, I bet you'll get it wrong. Because your graphing calculator knows order of operations, and it's going to square the 10 and then multiply it by a negative. So be careful. You get 3 equals 1, negative 3 equals 100a. What are we solving for? Solving for a. So what do we have to do to each side? Divide by 100. So I know this is a totally funky answer, but that's okay. You get a is negative 3 over 100. And now our answer will be y equals negative 3 over 100 times x minus a negative 6, sorry, x minus h minus 4 squared plus 0. And if you didn't write the plus 0, you would be totally correct. No need to write it. Just didn't want to confuse you. Okay? Are you down with the new stuff?